Welcome to Daily Chronicles, your journey through time. Every day carries a story, from world-changing events to moments pop culture will never forget. We uncover the triumphs, tragedies, and turning points that shaped our world. This is Daily Chronicles, where every day tells its tale. A faint rustle of velvet in a darkened theater stirs the air as the glow of the screen reveals the world of Interview with a Vampire, unfurling like smoke drifting from a single flickering candle, a world where longing and dread intermingle. The hush deepens as Tom Cruise's Lestat steps forward with a grin that gleams like a blade. His movements smooth as silk, his presence both magnetic and menacing, a creature sculpted from elegance and cruelty. The camera glides through soft lamplight, brushing across cobblestones damp with mist, following Brad Pitt's Lewis as he wanders with sorrow heavy in his bones, carrying the ache of centuries like an invisible shroud. Shadows whisper around him, the scent of old wood and wax floating through the frame, as if every moment carries a secret waiting to be confessed. The interviewer's tape recorder clicks, its spinning reels marking time with a mechanical heartbeat, each turn capturing fragments of Lewis's ancient memories and the hunger that haunts every corner of his existence. Through salons rich with velvet and gold, immortality sparkles with deceptive beauty, its luxury hiding the grief coiled beneath. The heartbeat beneath the score grows louder, steady but chilling, echoing the pain of a soul suspended between life and death. Christian Slater listens, eyes widening as the story tightens around him, his face illuminated by neon glow and lingering dread, unaware that danger lurks just beyond the edges of the narrative. Fangs glint, reflections ripple across still water, and the line between predator and prey dissolves until the night owns everything. Gothic corridors stretch like labyrinths of longing, each turn painted with shadows as director Neil Jordan shapes the tale with rich texture, saturating the film with mood and melancholy. Music swells, strings trembling like nerves on edge, guiding the viewer deeper into the immortal psyche where desire and despair entwine. The camera lingers on pale faces, trembling candles, and the haunting presence of Claudia, a child forever locked in youth, her fury glowing beneath her porcelain calm, her story a tragic knot in the tapestry of eternal life. Time flows like liquid darkness, slipping through immortal fingers without mercy, leaving only memory behind. Oil lamps eventually fade into neon signs, blending past and present, showing that immortality stretches endlessly while humanity burns bright and brief. Lewis's voice softens, heavy with regret, revealing the truth of his torment. Eternal life is not liberation, but a chain forged from unending hunger and unbroken memory. The air feels colder as his tale nears its end, the weight of centuries settling like dust on every surface. And then, like a spark in the dark, Lestat returns, wild, witty, and hungry for the spotlight, his charm slicing through the gloom with wicked delight. The film closes on his electric promise, teasing that the night will always rise again, that the immortal allure of darkness continues to beckon those who dare to look beyond the veil and embrace its seductive, terrifying beauty forevermore, waiting in silence. A faint hiss of escaping gas fills a quiet laboratory, mingling with the sharp scent of metal and oil as a new kind of machine sits on the workbench, silent yet full of promise. The Einstein refrigerator hums with invisible motion, a marvel of simplicity and ingenuity, operating without moving parts, powered by heat alone, a quiet symphony of physics in action. Szilárd sketches diagrams with precise, deliberate strokes, the scratch of pencil on paper mingling with the occasional creak of chair legs, each line capturing the movement of fluids. and the delicate balance of pressure that drives this silent, cooling engine. Albert Einstein leans closer, fingers brushing over the smooth metal surface, feeling the pulse of innovation beneath the cold exterior. Imagining kitchens free from dangerous toxic refrigerants, the world slowly becoming safer and cleaner. Steam rises from a kettle in the corner, and the faint aroma of ink and solder drifts in the air. A reminder that genius often lives in ordinary, messy rooms where ideas spark quietly. The system uses absorption, a dance of ammonia, butane, and water, invisible to the eye, yet orchestrated with mathematical elegance, and each chemical interaction resonates with Einstein's understanding of energy and equilibrium, turning abstract theory into tangible reality. Shadows of shelves and scattered papers flicker across the walls, hinting at nights spent poring over equations, calculating how heat could replace compressors, how simplicity could surpass complexity. There's no hum of electricity, no grinding gears, only a subtle flow, a whisper of science applied with vision and care, a machine as poetic as it is practical. The refrigerator stands as a testament to a world where necessity meets curiosity, where brilliant minds see solutions where others see limits, a quiet sentinel against spoilage in a kitchen untouched by danger. Light glints off copper pipes and glass tubes, reflecting the determination in the inventor's eyes, showing that progress often comes in quiet, methodical steps rather than grand explosions. The air carries the weight of invention, the kind that reshapes daily life while leaving almost no trace beyond its usefulness, a whisper of safety and efficiency that hums in the background of modern living. Albert and Leo exchange a knowing glance, the thrill of discovery mirrored in their smiles, aware that their creation will outlast them in practicality and legacy. A reminder that human ingenuity can transform the mundane into the extraordinary. And so, this silent machine continues its work, cooling without complaint, a marvel born from heat and imagination, proof that innovation can be elegant, efficient, and enduring, leaving behind the faint echo of brilliance that will ripple through kitchens, homes, and lives for decades to come. A soft strum of an acoustic guitar drifts through a bedroom, sunlight spilling across posters and journals as the first notes of Fearless weave their way into the air, intimate and electrifying all at once. Taylor Swift's voice, youthful yet laden with emotion, tells stories of love, heartbreak, and the raw edges of growing up, each lyric a thread connecting listeners to their own moments of hope and vulnerability. Strings swell and drums tap lightly, echoing like footsteps down familiar hallways, capturing the thrill of first kisses, whispered secrets, and the dizzying rush of chasing dreams. The melodies shimmer like sunlight on water, catching hearts with hooks that linger long after the final chord fades, inviting audiences into a world both personal and universal. Teenage bedrooms across the country hum with sing-alongs, the words scribbled in diaries, hearts scribbling their own confessions alongside hers, creating an intimate dialogue between artist and listener. The album pulses with courage, a declaration of authenticity and resilience, balancing the innocence of youth with the sharp awareness of emotion's complexities. Awards and accolades later crown this work, but in these early moments, it is simply sound and feeling, strings vibrating, piano keys pressing, vocal inflections catching the light of life's highs and lows. Swift's storytelling is vivid, painting scenes of moonlit walks, heartbreak notes tucked into lockers, and the nervous flutter before a first dance, each song a miniature chronicle of teenage triumph and despair. The air feels electric as tracks like Love Story sweep listeners into sweeping narratives of romance and daring, while confessional ballads cradle the ache of vulnerability with delicate precision. Every beat is a heartbeat, every chord a pulse, and together they form an intimate map of growing up fearless, of standing in the face of uncertainty and singing anyway. The production hums with polish, but never loses warmth, blending country roots with pop sensibilities in a way that feels effortless, like memories unfolding naturally. Fans across stadiums and living rooms alike find themselves swaying, laughing, crying, and reclaiming their own stories within the folds of the music. This album becomes more than a collection of songs. It becomes a companion, a mirror, a bold declaration that emotions deserve to be felt loudly, fully, and without apology. And as the final track fades, leaving only the quiet echo of chords and memory, the world feels lighter, braver, and undeniably moved. Reminded that courage often begins with the simple act of singing your heart out, unapologetically, and stepping forward into life completely fearless. The acrid tang of smoke hangs heavy over the city, curling through narrow streets and twisting alleys as the clash of steel and the screams of men announce the arrival of an unstoppable force. Timur's army descends like a storm, banners snapping in the wind, hooves pounding earth slick with blood and dust, while Sultan Faraj's soldiers fight with desperate courage, their cries swallowed by the roar of battle. Arrows whistle through the sky, striking with deadly precision, and the scent of fire and burning timber mixes with the metallic sting of blood, choking the air as buildings crumble under the weight of relentless conquest. Amidst the chaos, the calculated brutality of Timur's strategy becomes horrifyingly clear. Entire regiments are cut down, streets turn into rivers of crimson, and survivors flee in terror, their hopes crushed beneath the march of an empire's ambition. By nightfall, the city trembles in silence, only punctuated by the groans of the wounded and the distant crackle of flames, and the full horror of victory is revealed. A pyramid of skulls, a grim monument to the scale of slaughter, gleaming in the moonlight, a testament to power forged through terror. Soldiers move through streets lined with bodies, their armor streaked with dust and gore, while citizens cower in shadows, the echoes of their screams lingering in the stone like an indelible curse. The battle reshapes Aleppo forever, its walls scarred, its population decimated, the weight of fear pressing on the survivors' hearts as history etches Timur's ruthless efficiency into memory. Sounds of mourning rise from the ruins, voices trembling as families reckon with loss, and the air carries both sorrow and the stark lesson of human vulnerability when ambition meets cruelty. Timur's gaze sweeps the city from a distance, satisfied yet cold, as the consequences of conquest unfold in brutal clarity, revealing the dark calculus of empire and the fragile, fleeting nature of life in the path of war. Every corner, every shattered home, every fallen soldier bears witness to the intensity of that day, a reminder of both the fleeting resistance of the vanquished and the relentless force of ambition incarnate. Aleppo, once vibrant and thriving, now bears a shadow that will linger for generations, a silent testimony to the price paid in human lives. The pyramid of skulls, a grim altar to victory, and a chilling symbol of history's capacity for horror.